honored to be here with you, Wayne, the innovator and the founder of Gregory Packs. We would like to do a short video here, especially for our Thai audience. We'll put some Thai subtitle to it so they can listen to you about the philosophy of a pack design that you start off with when you design the first Gregory Packs and carry out until today.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you could come visit us here in America. We're here in a beautiful country here by the Salt Flats in Utah. Great you could make it. So I've been building packs ever since I was 14 years old.
That was 40 years ago?
A long time.
Yeah.
I'm 65 now, so I've been doing this a long time, and I understand exactly what has to happen. So early on, since I used to build frame packs, and then I started experimenting with internal frame packs, and I developed a strategy and a philosophy, and this is what I came up with. A pack must maintain comfort and stability through each weight transfer of the load upon the body through any activity you'd like to participate in. So if you can go way back when you first started carrying a backpack or maybe a frame pack, and you put it on, if you wanted to put the weight onto your hips, you had to loosen the shoulder straps.
Yeah.
And those old packs used to flop around.
They have to go away
They
from
just
the
go
body.
away. So building a system that would maintain the comfort and stability by using shoulder stabilizer straps, waist belt stabilizer straps, having that system to be able to move it as you're walking down the trail, you could achieve the comfort and stability that you wanted. And that's what I based my whole theory on.
Okay.
And that meant that I could not build external frame packs. I had to build internal frame packs. Then as time went on, and I was experimenting, and I realized that everybody's back shape is different.
Okay.
And I realized that, I really realized it when I had my children, my two girls, especially Heather. I went to the baby doctor, and he was an outdoor guy, backpacker. And since I had worked with the Boy Scouts, and now I have my own children, a child, I asked him, I said, tell me what's going to happen. You know, when does a young woman mature? And when does a young man mature? And he said, that's easy. He says, young women mature before young men. And so he says that your wife is more mature than you are.
That's always the case?
That's always the case. What it is that a young woman gets her estrogen at age 11, plus or minus maturation of 6 months. So, you know, you got that 6 months here, 6 months there, but that's when it happens. That's when a young woman typically gets her torso length fixed.
Okay.
Okay, then everything grows thereafter, right?
Yeah.
So that torso is the same as the mother and the same as the sister. But the height of the person, of that woman, young lady, comes from the father's gene pool. Now, young men don't mature until when?
15, I guess?
Nope.
No?
14.
Okay. I was close.
Yeah, but it's dead on. That's
Okay.
when you get your testosterone.
Okay.
That's when the girls think you're hot stuff. Before that, you were zero.
Okay.
Okay. Young men get it at age 14.
Okay.
Plus or minus maturation of 6 months. Their torso is the same as the father.
Okay.
Same as the brother.
Mm.
Okay? But they get their height from their woman, the mom's gene pool.
That's
So
interesting.
I'm 2 inches taller than my
So-
father because of my mother's genes, and her brothers are all 6
So
feet.
the torso length and the height of the person
Or opposite.
not really correlated.
No.
So we cannot tell the pack size from the height of
No. Not at all.
Okay.
So you have to measure it. So I asked the doc, I said, you know, really, how should we measure for torso length? And he says, that's easy. He says, how many vertebrae do you think you have? And I go, well, I don't know. So he told me. So how many vertebrae do we have?
I don't know.
We have 7 cervical, 12 thoracic and 5 lumbar. And then there's some small ones below that, but we don't worry about that. So measuring torso, we measured from C7 down the spine to a place horizontal with the top of the iliac.
Okay.
It's not down here on the side of the iliac or hip bone, but it's up on top. So the ledge right there.
Okay.
So that's the ledge. So we go across on the back to a point on the spine, and we measure from up to C7. And that's what you got when you were 14.
Okay.
And you're shrinking.
Shrinking.
You are shrinking.
Okay.
So when you're 14, you were the best you could be.
Okay. Thanks for telling me that.
Yeah? So when I got that torso length, I said, well, this will be easy now, because
Okay.
fitting young men and Boy Scouts, if they're a Boy Scout, or 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds, you really can't fit those boys. 11-year-old,
This is growing.
11-year-old woman is easy.
Okay.
Easy. It's done. It's all over with.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
All right. So the good news for young people or young boys that are going to go out hiking with their parents or whatever, if the father gets his torso length measured correctly, when the young boy turns 14, he can give the pack to the young man and it'll fit him except for the harness or the waist belt.
Okay.
Because it fits his torso, no problem.
So to get a pad to fit comfortably on the trail or any activities, the first thing is to measure the torso length
First thing,
and find the right pad for that.
find the right size
Right
frame,
size frame.
for that.
Okay.
Or suspension size.
Okay.
First thing you do. Then you put the pack on. Okay, and then you make sure the harness is long enough and the waist belt's big enough.
Okay.
Now, packs and shoes are the same. Why? Why are packs and shoes the same?
Everybody's different.
No. Do you carry your pack and your shoes like this, or do you wear them?
We wear them.
Very good.
Okay.
So, since we wear them, we have to measure and do that correctly. Shoes, what kind of tool do we use to fit our shoes? What's the name of it?
Brannick.
And who invented it?
Mr. Brannick.
In what year?
That's a tough one.
1928.
1928.
And what information does it give us? Length and width?
Yeah.
What else does it try to give us?
Volumetric, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The A, B, C.
Volume is very difficult. So what happens is the shoe salesman will sit down, goes in the warehouse, he picks up the right pair of shoes for length and width. That's the starting point. And we put it in, put our feet in them, we're sitting down, right?
Yep.
And then we start asking questions. What questions do we ask? Well, how does that feel? Do you feel this? Do you feel that? We're trying to figure it out because we can't see in the shoe.
Yep.
Can't see it. After we do all that subjective questioning, then the guy says, okay, now it's time to load the shoes. But that's when we're done fitting.
Okay.
Now we're checking. Same with a backpack. So we take the measurements, correct size frame, right size harness, right size waist belt, get it on, fit it, make sure everything's right. Now we take it off, put some stuff in it, put it back on, and we test it to see if it's right.
Okay.
We do not fit packs with weight in them.
Okay. So we fit the pad.
With no
empty.
weight.
Okay. Can we do a quick one right here?
Yeah.
I grab a pad and I get Stefan as Matthew as a volunteer and do it right here.
Okay, so now we're going to measure. We're going to find the top of your iliac. So if you could take your thumbs and stick it on the ledge. Now, take your finger up here and put it on the ledge. Just do it. That's the ledge. It's not on the side.
Okay.
Capiche?
Yeah, capiche.
All right, on the ledge. So a ledge. Now, take your fingers and make it into this kind of a shape. Like this. How far apart is that?
That's
Very good. Some guys say 6, some guys said 8. Right, many things. You got it?
yeah, and I'm even metric.
Okay. Thumbs on top of iliac. No.
Second.
No.
That's near.
Yeah, put the fingers below it. How far?
They're inside.
How far below? From thumb.
Ah, okay.
4.5 inches.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, got it.
Let me make sure. Get up on top of that idiot. Now, fingers 4.5 below.
Okay.
That's kind of resembling your waist belt
Okay.
in width, okay? All right, now lift your leg. Notice you don't bang into your waist belt. That's the proper position for your waist belt on your body. So there's a thickness here. How thick do you think that might be? Not much, eh? Yeah. So I have my thumbs on top of iliac. I got my waist belt basically above that. It'll just grip over your top of your iliac. Just grab on. The rest will be how far below?
4 inches.
4.5, roughly, just there. So lift it again. Notice you don't bang in your waist belt. But if you bought a pack that was too long for your torso, we're going to move this. I'm going to move it away 1 inch down. Now lift your leg. Yeah, that means you bought a pack too long for your torso.
Yep.
All right, now we're going to put this on. So you turn. And we're going to put this jig on. Here you go. Put this jig on. And you're just going to relax. And I'm going to take and find your iliac right up here. And I'm going to put my thumb on top of this jig waist belt. All right? And how far apart is that? 4.5 inches. And my thumb's on top, isn't it? The thumb's going to go over the top of your iliac.
Okay.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now do your waist belt up. This is where you tickle the customer, okay? Okay, now that I got that there, I want you to put your thumb where my thumb is and make it horizontal. So I don't want you going like this or like this. I want it horizontal.
Okay.
And the rest of your fingers, you're holding the bottom and you're holding it down so it doesn't ride up.
Okay.
Capiche?
Capiche.
All right. Now, we're going to find the C7 vertebrae, which is in here somewhere. We're going to put our chin down hard and we're going to feel very gently so we can feel the C7.
Okay.
Got it?
Got it.
Now, we don't walk down the trail with that neck being all pushed down and expanding the spine. So we're going to find our C7, we're going to put the jig over it, and we're going to look down the trail. And it will compress. Do you see how everything came back? You got that?
Yeah.
So I still have the C7. And now we're going to put this snap in place that mates into a snap as close as I can. Now, so if we're in between, let's always go and never go up. Always go down to the slot if we're in between. So here we're at, but it looks like you're right on the money. So we didn't go in between, and so our torso length here is 18 inches. And you got that when? What age?
14.
You got it. Okay. So, in our frame sizing, we have 4 frame sizes in the adjustable packs. So, extra small will be 14 to 15. Small is 16 to 17. Medium is 18 to 19. Large is 20, 21. Okay. So with that knowledge, if you were to put on a large or 20-inch torso, you'd be unhappy. You'd be sliding down your butt. Okay. So now you keep holding it. We're going to do this harness up. We're going to turn. And we're going to say that under the armpit right here, that where that muscle and everything goes into, we're going to see how long your harness needs to be. I could say that we're touching on the red here. You could probably be a medium harness. The rule of thumb is to get this buckle off the pectoral. I don't want the buckle to close off down here, so we can make that choice. I would say you'd be a medium, but you know, a large might be a little bit too long for you. But you have a big chest, so what's your chest size 44?
Never measured.
Never measured, okay. You could probably be a large harness. Waist belt, if this buckle bottomed out in here, that would be bad, so it'd be too large, so you're going to take a medium waist belt.
At least I'm not a large there.
Right.
It's still good size.
Right. Okay, so looking at everything here, the most important part is that your 18-inch torso length. Okay, so we would pick up a pack that said it was a medium. Okay, so now let's put that on. Let's take that off now. Let's see if, yeah. Well, I'm going to teach you something today that will make sense to you. So,
I don't think anybody should take
well, yeah. So I spent a lot of time at Trailhead watching people put packs on. So go ahead and do it. You know, Matthew was in the. Were you in the military? Yeah, a little bit. Sometimes
when
they.
you carry too much heavy loads, that's the way
All right, let's,
pick it up.
you keep going. Let's see what you're doing. Now turn around so we can see you grin at everybody. Just keep around. Okay, go ahead and show me what you do next.
So what I'll do, instead of tightening it, I'll just raise up my...
Okay, that's wrong. Never ever do your waist belt up first. The reason is, this is why. Usually a pack goes on, it's like this, okay? Now watch me. There's a harness that looks like this. Every pack has this V. We call that the Valley of the Yoke. Okay? The Valley of the Yoke harness. When you tighten this shoulder strap, always tighten your shoulder straps first. Milk them down. More, 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 more. Now, once that is down tight, now you have the upper body torso and the traps and the pecs to shrug your shoulders up. High. Higher. You could put your girlfriend or your wife and your kids, all of your family on your shoulders and you could carry them that way.
Yeah.
And you could actually shrug up like that because you're very powerful. Everybody has that ability. So to pick up 30 pounds is nothing.
Yeah.
But when you shrug up with the shoulder straps tight, measured correctly, which your torso was how long?
18.
And the medium is the right size.
Yeah.
So shrug up. Now, this waist belt, I said the top edge of the waist belt should wrap 1 inch above the top of the ilium. So come down. Come down. No. Okay, come down. Looks like that's the spot right. Tighten it up. So you can shrug up and then do your waist belt up. Okay, and now you come back and then readjust to where this is comfortable. That's how it's done. A lot of people will do this. They'll go to Trailhead. They'll get out of the car. They'll put their pack on. They'll find a tree to back into.
Yeah.
They'll find a table to put it on. Or the hood of the car. Or ask a friend to lift it up. Or they'll do the funny things called the quick draw. They'll bend over, grab the bottom of the pack and throw it up as high as they can, and before it comes down, they'll try to do the waist belt up. That's the wrong way to do it. All you have to do, if you have the right torso, the right frame, is to put the pack on, tighten the shoulder straps, tight as they can, making sure the stabilizers are loose. Shrug up. See, I can move my shoulders up 3 inches. Means the waist belt can go anywhere I want. And it also brought in your six-pack.
Yeah.
When you lift it up, shrug up. Your six-pack got tight, Maury. Now just do your waist belt up. Relax, it'll sit right in right where it's supposed to. You can readjust this a little bit, stabilize, do your sternum up, and off you go. No more of this funny stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty cool?
Very cool.
Got that? Got it. All right.
Right. I think we learned a lot from a short conversation that we have today.
Great. Glad I could do it.
Yeah. And thank you very much to give me a ride in your Bronco,
El Blanco
Grande
Beluga.
Belugas through the very nice desert road in Utah here today.
You betcha. My pleasure.
Thank you very much,
You
man.
betcha. Thank you.